My beloved child, I've noticed you've been scrolling for a while now, just moving from one thing to the next, looking for something to fill the space in your mind. But I want you to stop for just a second. This isn't just another video on your feed, and it isn't a coincidence that your eyes are landing on these words right now. There is something very urgent unfolding in your life, and the universe, heaven itself, is trying to reach you. It's important that you hear this before the moment passes, before the clock hits 11:59 p.m. and the window closes. You might feel like you're just looking at a screen, but this is actually a wake-up call meant specifically for you. I've been trying to talk to you for a long time. I've tried to reach you through the quiet moments when the house was still, and through the sharp pains you've felt in your heart that you couldn't quite explain. I have whispered to you through the tears you've shed on your pillow when no one else was watching. I spoke to you when your world felt silent and heavy, and you looked up at the ceiling asking, "Why me? Why is it always so hard?" I reached out to you through the people I sent to love you, and through those small moments of peace that you probably just ignored or thought were just luck. But I need you to really listen now. I'm not angry with you, but I am tired. I'm tired of trying to reach a heart that has kept its doors locked and its windows shuttered. Tonight isn't just an ordinary night. There is a massive shift happening in the spirit, and something is approaching that is going to shake everything that can be shaken. I am not telling you this to make you feel afraid or to fill your head with worry. I am telling you this because I still love you enough to give you a warning before the storm hits. You need to hear what I have to say before this opportunity vanishes, before the time runs out at 11:35 p.m. tonight. You have a decision to make, and it shouldn't be a decision made out of fear, but a decision made because your soul is far too precious to be lost in the noise of this world. You've gotten so used to ignoring the signs. You scroll past the things that carry my voice, and you nod at prayers when people are watching, but then you forget me the very next hour when life gets busy again. I see exactly how exhausted you are. I see how lost you feel, even when you are standing in a room full of people. I know what's coming down the road for you, and it's much closer than you think. If your heart stays distant, if you keeping me at arm's length, it might soon be too late to find your way back to the peace you've been searching for. I'm calling out to you now with the last bit of patience I have for this current season of your life. This isn't just about something shocking happening tonight. It's about where you're going to stand when it happens. When the world starts to shake, will you be caught in a trap of fear, or will you be held safely in my peace? You really can't afford to play games with time anymore. The days are getting darker, the world is getting louder, and the distractions are everywhere you look, but my voice hasn't changed. I am the same power that split the sea wide open so people could walk through on dry land. I am the same one who shut the mouths of hungry lions and walked through the hottest fires with my children. I am still that same presence, and I am trying to walk right beside you too. If you truly believe that this moment isn't just a random accident, but a divine appointment for your life, then I want you to pause and comment Amen right now. Let that be your sign that your heart is open and you're ready to hear the rest. I know your enemies are real. I know there are people and situations that seem like they are out to get you. The plans against you were formed in the dark, but I have always been your light, even when you couldn't see the path. You've felt attacked in your mind lately, haven't you? You felt it in your sleep, in your dreams, and in your emotions. You thought that was just the stress of life, but it wasn't. That was spiritual warfare. That was a battle for your peace, and I've been right there fighting for you. Even when you forgot to pray, even when your faith was shaking so hard you thought it would break, I held the line for you. I protected you from things you never even saw coming, things that would have destroyed you if I hadn't stepped in. But you have to stop walking away. You tell me you're tired, And I'm telling you that I'm tired too. I'm tired of watching you fall down when you don't have to. I'm tired of watching you settle for scraps when I've planned a feast for you. It hurts to watch you trust everyone and everything else. Your job, your bank account, your friends, but never truly trusting me. I'm the one who gave you the very breath in your lungs this morning. I'm the one who kept you safe while you slept last night. I gave you another day of life just so you could have one more chance to choose me. This is a final warning before something shifts in your life that you won't be able to undo without my help. I'm not trying to punish you, I'm trying to prepare you. You can't receive the great things I have for you next if you keep rejecting the voice that's trying to guide you. You weren't created juice, tea to survive, or to just get by until the weekend. You were born to walk in power, to feel joy, to live in blessing, and to have a peace that the world can't understand. But I won't force my way into your life. I'm a gentleman, and I won't fight for a place in your heart if you keep choosing things that pull you away from me. You think you're alone in your struggles, but you aren't. I was right there in that doctor's office with you. I was there when you lost that job and felt like the world was ending. I was there in the middle of the heartbreak and in the heavy silence of your car rides home. I am the one who kept you breathing when your own thoughts turned against you and tried to tell you it wasn't worth it. I'm the one who softened the hearts of people who should have stayed angry so that you could be forgiven. I'm the one who made sure you didn't lose your mind when everything around you seemed to be crashing down, but now I need a response from you. This is the last door you're going to see before the next big thing happens. What's waiting on the other side of tonight depends entirely on what you choose right now. I don't need you to be perfect. I never expected perfection from you. All I need is your heart. All I need is for you to say yes to me, not tomorrow, not when life calms down, but right now. Before that phone call comes, before that news breaks, before that moment happens that shakes your very soul, I want you to know I love you. But love doesn't mean I won't allow you to face hard things if you keep running away. I discipline the ones I love, and I warn the ones I love, because I don't want to see you hurt. I am warning you now because I love you more than you can even imagine. Please, don't take this lightly. Don't just walk away from this word and think it's just another video. It isn't. It's a lifeline being thrown to you while you're drifting out to sea. I want to bless you so much. I want to open up the windows of heaven and pour out things you don't even have room to store. I want to give back everything the enemy has stolen from you over the years, but blessings require you to listen. Breakthrough only comes when you surrender your own way of doing things. Miracles only happen where there is room for me to move. If you fill your life with fear and distractions, where am I supposed to sit? You've been praying for a sign, haven't you? Well, here it is. You've been asking for confirmation that I'm real and that I see you. This is it. You wanted to know if I still care about you. I do. More than anyone else ever could. My child, you have been praying for a major breakthrough, asking for the doors to finally open, but I have to ask you something important. Have you actually made any room for what you're asking for? It is hard to pour something new into a life that is already packed tight with old habits, old fears, and the same distractions that keep you running in circles. I am knocking at the door of your heart, right? No. But I won't stand there and wait forever. This is your moment to choose because something is shifting in the atmosphere around you. You can probably feel it, that heaviness in your chest, that sense of urgency that tells you something big is about to happen. That isn't just a random feeling, it is your spirit waking up to the truth. I don't want you to come to me with perfect words or a polished version of yourself. I want your absolute honesty. I want you to bring me your broken pieces, your empty hands, and the raw truth of how you're feeling. I can work with a heart that is empty and ready to be filled, but I cannot do anything with a heart that is full of pride or bitterness. You might think you have traveled too far down the wrong path to ever come back, but you are wrong. Think about the thief who was on the cross next to my son. Even in his very last breath, he found paradise. Think about Hannah, who felt forgotten but received the child she had wept for. Think about the dry bones in the desert that breathed and lived again when I spoke to them. If you are ready to declare your faith even while you still have doubts, I want you to comment 333 right now. There is a war happening for your soul, and it is more real than anything you can see with your eyes. The enemy is not playing games. He wants to keep you stuck in the past and steal the peace that belongs to you. You have spent so much time running away from me, but I am the only one who actually has what you have. I've been searching for all this time. I am standing here with my arms wide open, not to judge the mistakes you've made, but to restore everything you've lost. I don't reject people because they are broken. I redeem them. I am not afraid of the darkness you've lived in because I am the light that makes the darkness leave. I have heard every single one of your silent prayers, even the ones you whispered when you didn't think I was listening. I am not just a protector. I am your father. No father who loves his child would sit back and watch them walk toward a dangerous cliff without shouting for them to stop. This message right now is my shout to you. It is my alarm and my hand reaching out to pull you back before it's too late. I want you to be ready for what's coming, not terrified by it. You were never meant to carry the weight of the world on your own shoulders. That ache in your heart that never seems to go away is a burden I already carried for you on the cross. You don't have to earn your freedom. You just have to accept the price that has already been paid. Surrendering to me isn't a sign of weakness. It is the doorway to a kind of strength you have never known. You keep trying to fix your own life with temporary things that leave you feeling even emptier than before. You keep going back to what is familiar, even though you know it is killing your peace. But you cannot keep living with one foot in and one foot out. You have tasted my presence before, but you keep drowning it out with the noise of the world. This is not the time to brush off what you are feeling. There is a shaking coming, and while it might be unexpected, those who are grounded in me will not fall. I will be your shelter in the middle of that storm. I want to remind you of who you really are. You are not a mistake, and you have not been forgotten by heaven. You are not defined by your failures or what people have said about you in the past. You are chosen, you are called, and you belong to me. When I claim someone as my own, I protect them with everything I am. This video didn't just show up on your screen because you were scrolling. It is a divine interruption that I scheduled specifically for you. I knew exactly when you would need to hear these words. I am pleading with you not to take this moment for granted, because you might not get another one like it. I have so many doors I want to open for you, but I won't compete with the noise in your life. You have to be willing to silence the distractions and make space for me. Interestingly, even the world of science is starting to find clues about the power of focus and words. Some researchers have pointed to specific scripts or money codes, sometimes just 9 words long, that they claim can activate parts of the brain to attract abundance. They talk about how thousands of people have suddenly found financial freedom by changing their internal language. While the world looks for secrets in neuroscience or hidden government fill, I am telling you that the real secret is who you are anchored in. The enemy has been stealing your sleep and your joy, but I have had enough of it. Peace and clarity belong to you, and no weapon formed against you is going to prosper when you are walking with me. This isn't just about what happens tonight. It's about the rest of your life and the legacy you leave behind. I put seeds of greatness inside you before you were even born. But those seeds can't grow if the soil is poisoned with shame. You have to let me uproot the things that don't belong there so you can finally be free. This is your invitation to come back to your Father's heart and remember who you were always meant to be. You have been marked by heaven, which is why the ways of the world never quite satisfy you. No matter how far you run, you will never feel truly at home until you are in my presence. I am giving you the direction you've been asking for, but you have to make the choice to follow the path. I won't drag you there, but I will continue to whisper and urge you to move. A spiritual line is being drawn right now. Something is coming that will reveal what is real and break what is fake, and I want you to be covered when that happens. You felt disconnected lately because you've been listening to voices that don't come from me. You've let past pain speak louder than my promises. But I have been right beside you the whole time you thought you were alone. My child, there are things happening behind. ND. The scenes in your life right now that are about to be revealed. You have been sensing a change for a while but couldn't quite put your finger on it. And I want you to know that these shifts are not random. Some of these revelations might shock you, and others will feel like a heavy weight has finally been lifted off your shoulders, but every single one of them is designed to bring you closer to me. You are going to start seeing people's true intentions clearly, almost like a veil is being pulled back from your eyes. You will realize how many times I have been shielding you from dangers that you couldn't even see, protecting you from paths that looked good but would have led to your destruction. You are not just going through a difficult patch of bad luck. You are actually in the middle of a spiritual awakening. That pressure you feel, that constant tightening in your spirit, is not a punishment for your past mistakes. It is actually me making space in your life for something much better. I am shaking things loose that were never meant to stay for the long haul. I am removing the people, the habits, and the thoughts that you have been too afraid to let go of yourself. For too long, you have been clinging to your comfort zones, but you need to realize those comfort zones have actually become cages that are keeping you from your true potential. I am calling you into a higher purpose, and that purpose always requires you to leave your comfort behind. You have wondered many times why I let certain people walk out of your life, why doors you really wanted to open slammed shut, and why your best-laid plans fell apart. I did those things to protect you. I did them to uproot you so you wouldn't get stuck in a version of life that was far smaller than the one I created you for. If I had let you succeed in the wrong places or with the wrong people, you would have settled for a shadow of the life you were meant to have. I love you far too much to let you live a small life when your calling is so big. The storm you thought was coming to destroy you was actually the very tool I used to deliver you from a trap you didn't even know you were in. You asked me to make you stronger, but strength doesn't come from an easy life. I didn't send you ease. I sent you experiences that would forge your character. You asked me to bring you closer, so I allowed the walls you built around your heart to crack so that you would finally reach for me. I am not being cruel to you, I am being careful. I know exactly what it takes to get your heart back to where it belongs, and I will use everything, even your pain, to bring you home to me. But you cannot keep delaying this return. Time is moving faster than you realize, and you can't afford to stay in neutral anymore. You have already seen what happens when you ignore the tugging on your heart. Your inner peace begins to fade, your joy dries up, and your clarity disappears into a fog of confusion. I know you are tired of living in that way. It is time to come back to me, and I don't mean part of the way, I mean all the way. You might be asking, what if I mess up again? And my answer is that I will still be right here for you. If you don't know how to do this, I will teach you every step of the way. You might feel unworthy of this love because of the things you've done, but it was my blood that made you worthy, not your own actions. The cross was never about you being perfect. It was always about how much I love you. I have protected you from enemies that came to you dressed as friends, and I blocked doors you begged me to open because I knew they were traps. I have even let you feel the emptiness of the world's promises so that you would eventually return to the only one who keeps his word. That ache you feel in your heart is not something you should try to numb with distractions. It is the echo of my voice calling you deeper. If you know deep down that your life has been spared for a bigger purpose than just surviving, comment 999 right now. Your purpose has not been cancelled, and your value has never been lost. Even with all your flaws and doubts, you are still the one I chose, and I don't make mistakes. What feels like a long delay in your life has actually been a season of training. What felt like a harsh rejection was actually my divine redirection. What felt like my silence was actually me setting the stage for something much greater than you could ever imagine on your own. Even the world is starting to notice that there are hidden codes to abundance, like the 9-word money scripts that scientists and researchers are suddenly talking about. They claim that certain phrases can activate the brain to draw in wealth naturally, helping thousands of people find financial freedom almost overnight. While the world looks for secrets in neuroscience or ancient documents, I am asking for your full attention because you cannot have a halfway faith. You cannot keep feeding your old life and expect your spirit to grow strong. You can't play with darkness and expect to walk in the light. I am warning you because I love you enough to tell you the truth, even if it hurts to hear. Tonight is the night to lay it all down. Every fear, every toxic habit, and every lie you have believed about yourself. Surrender doesn't mean you are giving up. It means you are handing over the things that have been holding you back. It means you are finally admitting that you need me more than you need to be in control of everything. Let me rebuild you from the inside out. Let me breathe fresh life into the dry, tired places of your soul. I am the God of resurrection, and I specialize in bringing dead things back to life. If you let me, I will do that for you. But you have to decide that you are not going back to the way things used to be. I didn't bring you this far just to leave you on your own now. I am calling you to a major shift, and this is your line in the sand. The past is behind you, and what is ahead of you is holy. You cannot bring your old chains into the new places I am taking you. If you let them go, you will see what I can really do. You won't have to spend your life chasing after blessings, they will start to follow you. You won't have to force doors open because I will open the right ones for you. You have felt a silence in your soul that no amount of noise or success could ever fill. I have been waiting for this exact moment for your heart to truly open to me. You have been surrounded by everyone else's advice and opinions, but none of it gave you the peace you were starving for. That is because real peace doesn't come from the world, it comes from being in my presence. My child, your life is shifting right now, whether you feel ready for it or not. If you do not choose what you are anchored in, the storms of this world will choose for you. But if you stay rooted in me, you will be completely unshakable. You will rise while others are falling, and you will walk in a deep peace while everyone else is panicking. Your strength won't come from your own power, it will come directly from me, and my strength never runs dry. My grace does not have an expiration date. I do not get tired of you, and I never once regretted choosing you. I still call you mine, even with every choice you regret. But I am asking you tonight, do you call me yours? It is easy to believe when life is going well, but I am looking for the ones who trust me even when it is dark. Our faith is forged in the fire, not in comfort. If you let me, I will use the fire in your life to refine you and make you stronger, wiser, and deeper. Don't run away from the fire. Run to me in the middle of it. I will walk through the flames with you, just like I did for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The fire won't destroy you. It will only change you for the better. You will come out of it without even the smell of smoke, filled with a faith that cannot be shaken. Don't waste this divine moment by scrolling past and going back to your old patterns. I am speaking to you now because I love you, and I want you to be fully free. I don't want you half-healed or just barely getting by. I want you whole and walking in your true purpose. I have heard every single one of your prayers. I know the weight you are carrying, and I am here to carry it with you if you will let me. This is an invitation, not pressure. Your soul is on the edge of something eternal, and your choice tonight will ripple into your destiny. I am speaking for your forever. There are angels all around you right now, guarding you and waiting for your heart to say yes. I have assigned protection over your life that has kept you safe from dangers you didn't even know existed. You thought you made it through on luck, but it was me lifting you up when you couldn't lift yourself. You have let the rejection of others determine your worth for far too long, but your value was sealed the day I formed you and breathed life into you. You are not disposable. You were never meant to fit in with this world because you were called to higher things. If you believe that your worth comes from me and you are ready for this new chapter, comment Amen right now. That unease you feel when you are far from me is a holy tugging at your heart. I want to give you a joy that actually lasts, not just a temporary high that disappears by morning. I want to be your constant through every high and every low valley. But you have to choose me for real this time. I know it is hard to let go of what is familiar, but look at how much you have lost trying to do things your own way. Look at how tired your soul has become. Trade that pain for my peace and that heavy burden for my rest. You are safe with me because I am faithful and I do not change. I am not here to talk about your failures. I am here to point you toward your future. Your life matters deeply. I gave you specific gifts and a unique purpose that no one else can fulfill. Stop comparing yourself to everyone else. I didn't call you to be them, I called you to be mine. I am breaking the lies that say you are too broken or too far gone. My truth says you are redeemed, forgiven, and loved beyond measure. The chaos in your life isn't random, it is spiritual warfare. The enemy fights the hardest when you are the closest to your breakthrough. What you are feeling right now isn't punishment, it is birth. A new level of faith and strength is being born in you. Birth always involves labor and pushing through the pain. Don't stop now just because you feel weak. I will be your strength, and I will breathe life into you when you have no words left. I will steady your hands when your grip is slipping. There is so much more healing and purpose coming your way, but you have to release what is in your hands so I can give you what is in mine. You are holding on to things that cannot go with you into your future. They were part of your past, but they are not part of your promise. Let them go. This is alignment, not loss. I am pruning you so you can grow. Every great move I make begins with someone surrendering deeply. That is the kind of surrender that shifts the atmosphere and opens heaven. What is ahead of you requires a deeper faith than anything you have walked in before. You cannot face tomorrow with yesterday's obedience. I am bringing you closer, but you must want me more than you want your comfort. Do you trust me with your questions and your brokenness? I want to walk with you through every detail of your life, not just the big decisions. This is about a real relationship. This moment won't last forever, but my love will. The Spirit is stirring, and heaven is leaning close to hear your answer. My child, you are starting to realize now that I have been much closer than you ever imagined. Even when you felt like you were shouting into an empty room, I was right there in the silence, in the confusion, and in the deep pain you shared with another soul. I have always been there, watching over you. But right now, I need your attention in a way I've never asked for it before. I have given you small glimpses of the truth, and I've whispered to your exhausted heart through songs, people, and the very words you are hearing today. Tonight is different from any other night you've experienced. That trembling you feel in your spirit and that heavy urgency in your chest, that is my voice calling you home before the door shuts. I want you protected and safe before the things I've warned you about begin to unfold. You felt stirred like this before, but something always seems to pull you back into the same old cycles of doubt and delay. You need to understand that this isn't a coincidence. It is spiritual warfare. The enemy is trying to steal this specific moment because he wants the window of opportunity to close while you are still distracted. I am fighting for you because your soul is worth the battle. Some of you are feeling a literal weight on your spirit right now. That is because I am bringing your life into alignment with heaven. You're feeling the tension of your old life trying to hold on while a new version of you is being born. It is an uncomfortable process, but it is necessary if you want to walk into your true destiny. I am not looking for perfection from you. I have never blessed people because they were perfect. I bless those who are surrendered. I am looking for the heart that is tired of wearing a mask and is finally ready to come home for real. There are blessings I have held back, not because I am cruel, but because I am your protector. You've asked for answers and relationships and breakthroughs, but I couldn't release them into your hands while you were still holding on to the things I asked you to let go of. What I have for you is sacred, and it requires ready hands. I am shaping your character right now so that when you do receive what you've prayed for, it won't destroy you. Some blessings can actually become burdens if you aren't spiritually grounded enough to carry them. I love you too much to let you drown in a blessing you weren't prepared for, so I waited. This moment is a crossroad in your life, and the enemy knows how much power your yes carries. He has attacked your mind and your sense of self-worth because he is afraid of what you will become when you fully surrender to me. But right now, your spirit is waking up, and you are starting to remember who you really are. I am your Father, your defender, and your waymaker, and I am stepping into your story to break every curse and every cycle. If you believe that my power is bigger than every battle you have ever faced, I want you to comment 333 right now. You might not see it yet, but you have already survived things that would have broken other people. You've walked through heartbreak, depression, and betrayal, and yet you are still here, still breathing, and still listening. That is evidence that your purpose is not finished. The very pain you thought would end you is what I am using to prepare you for what's next. Your scars are not your shame. They are your testimony. What hurt you will not have the final word. I will, and my word is restoration and life. You haven't messed up too much, and you haven't waited too long. Grace still covers you. Is it possible to attract abundance by simply speaking certain words? Some say a 9-word script, verified by neuroscience labs, proves you can. People are reporting unexpected deposits and upgraded lives just by activating a hidden center in the brain. While the world searches for secrets in Harvard research or classified reports, I am calling you to stop flirting with destruction. Stop opening doors to the very things that keep breaking your heart. You cannot step into a new season if your hands are still full of your old habits and compromises. I am asking why. To surrender those things because I want to give you something better. In my kingdom, surrender is actually a gain. You lose your fear and you gain my peace. You lose your shame and you gain my freedom. Trust that I am a better guide for your life than your own shifting emotions. I have been walking beside you in every tear-filled night and every silent battle. I didn't save you just to let you wander in circles forever. The atmosphere around you is shifting and heaven is near. This is your moment. Don't wait for the world to start shaking before you get serious about your soul. I want you standing strong, anchored in me, and not shaking in fear. I have not changed my mind about you, despite the choices you regret. I see you with eyes of mercy, not condemnation. I've seen you smile in public while you were breaking down in private, and I was there for every second of it. You thought you were praying into a silent void, but I was already moving on your behalf. I stood beside you in the dark hospital rooms and in the bedrooms where you cried yourself to sleep. I stopped things from reaching you that you didn't even know were coming. Build your life on me, the only foundation that will stand when everything else falls. Stop trying to fix your spiritual hunger with worldly comforts that leave you empty and numb. This message isn't a coincidence. I brought it to you because I know your breaking point. I am your rest, your provider, and your portion. Tomorrow is not promised, and life is fragile. This is the door, and I want you on the right side of it before it closes. Just let go of your own plan. Come as you are with your mess, your confusion, and your pain. I already see it. I just want you to stop hiding it from me.